Welcome to Chicago Reacts. Today we will be reacting to Michael Malloy on Salmonella Academy. Be sure to like and subscribe to see more of our content. Special shout out to Jim Lee for suggesting this video. The Chicago React crew really thanks you.
Thanks, Jim.
Music, he said. He said the music.
Hey kids, time for another riveting tale from the annals of history. Our story begins in New York in 1932 with a man named Michael Malloy. Not much was known about Malloy except for the following. He was around 60 years old, homeless, an alcoholic, Irish, and a former firefighter. So one day, a few guys were hanging out in the local speakeasy, including Tony Marino, the owner of the joint, and a couple of regulars by the names of Francis Pasqua and Daniel Kreisberg.
This story takes
and
place
who
in
else
Chicago?
stumbles in but old Dusty McGee looking to get his morning fix. Marino's like, you know, I've had it up to here with that Michael Malloy character. He never pays his tabs, smells like the crevice behind an unwashed ear, harasses my clientele. Did you know the Hindenburg disaster didn't actually happen? Yeah, it was an inside job by the government to make Big Zeppelin look bad.
I'd end up hanging out with
Personally,
that
I'm
guy.
glad. One less industry controlled by the fucking Krauts.
The Hindenburg disaster doesn't happen for another 5 years, dumbass.
Ah, bite me. And every day, he ends up like that. So Pasqua's like, yikes, seems like quite the dilemma on your hands. Lucky for you, I've come up with the perfect solution. Let me hear it. I say we deploy a ploy to destroy that unemployed Malloy. Shut up. Anyway, go on.
Whoa.
I'll take out a life
was
insurance
clever.
policy on him. Then we let him drink as much as he wants. Obviously, he's gonna kick it. I mean, look at him. No self-control.
Ooh.
See that? He just drew from the stockpile while there's still moves to be made on the tableau. Oh, I like that joke. Then, once he's dead, we get all the money for ourselves. Win-win. The first part of the plan went through without a hitch. Pasqua took out not one, but 3 policies on Malloy's life. With
And a
Joseph
third
Murphy,
arm.
a bartender
Or
at
insurance
Marino's,
fraud was a
posing
thing,
as
I guess.
Malloy's brother
Yeah.
and being named as the sole beneficiary. In total, the group stood to gain $3,576, which is like 66 grand in today's money. With
That's a
all
good
that in
chunk
place,
of
they begin the
change.
second part of
Yeah,
the
I would
people have
take
done
that
worse.
too.
Hey,
to me,
Malloy.
alas.
Good to see you, man. Say, what happened to your arm? Yeah, the other day I got in a fight with a goose. Got bit pretty bad. Been leaking pus for about a week now.
Ow.
But hey, I got the breadcrumbs.
What?
Okay, well anyway, guess what? Your tab now has unlimited credit. Oh, cool. Well, what's that mean? It means you can drink as much as you want and we can't stop you. Bet. Naturally, he orders shot after shot and the
Bet,
gang happily
yeah.
complies. It gets to the point where Malloy's drinking way more than should be humanly possible. But instead of dropping dead or passing out, after a while he's just like, "Alright, see ya." Within 24
Organs are
hours, he's
pickled,
back
guys.
at it, giving
Yeah.
his liver the equivalent of a Tyson uppercut and being no worse for wear. This went on for a few days before the boys were like, alright, we need to up the ante here, and decided to replace Malloy's typical shots
no.
with wood alcohol, otherwise known as methanol. Keep in mind, as little as 4% methanol by volume is enough to make a moonshiner go blind, and just 2 shots of the pure stuff should be able to kill a man. But Malloy slammed back just as much as he normally would, totally none the wiser, and was like, still see ya.
60-year-old
Anyway,
Irish
see ya.
alcoholic,
They
dude.
tried again for a few
Life
more nights,
choice,
he was
that's-
fine.
These guys
Soaked some
literally
expired
every day
oysters
are
in
just
wood
like,
alcohol
"What
and fed them to him. He was
is
fine.
going
They
on
gave
with
him a
this man?"
sandwich made from rotten sardines and carpet tacks. Motherfucker asks for another. They were like, alright, this man's got a lead belly. There's gotta be something else we can do. So one
Homeless
day
man
after
made
he passed
history,
out,
and I'm
they drove
really
him
happy
half
to
a
know his
mile to the
story.
park, tossed him out into the
Oh, no.
snow, took off his shirt, and soaked his head and chest in water. They drive away
Jeez.
thinking they've finally done it. But when Marino clocked in at the speakeasy the next day,
Still
Malloy's
here.
already there, just hanging out, barely even sniffling. Finally, they just said, fuck it, ran the guy down with their buddy's cab, and backed over him again for good measure. For once, Malloy didn't show up the next day. The gang was cautiously optimistic. After all, there are 60-year-olds who bite the dust just from one wrong step in the shower, let alone the force of a half-ton of steel
Malloy-
going 50 miles an hour. They called
Dude.
all the local hospitals
Malloy
and
was
morgues
like
in an
the
attempt to
man.
find where he ended up, but they couldn't get any useful information from anyone. Lo and behold, 5 days later, the guy limps his way on in once again, with a mighty thirst and little memory of the incident. The gang debated just icing some other random drunkard, because this one's the fucking juggernaut apparently, but they decided to try one more thing before calling it quits. After Malloy went through his usual blackout routine, they took him up to Murphy's room, stuck a gas line in his mouth, wrapped a towel around his face, and turned it on. Within
God.
an hour, Malloy finally stopped breathing. After countless attempts on his life, at long
Dang.
last, they were successful. However,
Jeez.
as you might have realized, the final method of murder was a far cry from the simple elegance of the original plan, which is something
Yeah.
they never really thought about until it was too late.
I thought it would
Hey
be
guys,
State
what's
Farm,
poppin'?
that Prudential.
My
All right.
brother, Michael Malloy, is dead. Can I have money now? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. What happened? What? Why did the man die?
Oh no.
Pneumonia? I see. And when can we see the body exactly?
Oh.
So, after a quick medical examination, the men were convicted of first-degree murder and attempted fraud, and
Well, yeah.
subsequently
Yeah.
sentenced to death
Yeah.
by electric chair. And
Oh,
while
wow.
the executioner flipped the switch, Malloy's ghost sat in the corner, chowing down on some antifreeze and sardine soles,
True story.
just laughing his ass off. Moral of the story, life is unpredictable. That's why we have insurance for it in the first place.
And you can
If
drink
ever
nails,
commit fraud against
apparently.
life,
Apparently.
just know that life's gonna commit a little fraud back. Till next time, I'm Salmonella, and
All
thank
right.
you for watching.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
This kind of reminds me of what was that other one that we watched about the guy who could eat everything and
Right.
he became like, it reminds me of
Tart.
him a lot.
I forgot his name. Something with a T. But yes.
It reminds me of him, except he could drink apparently anything except for gas.
I mean, well, he couldn't breathe gas, so maybe if it was in
Okay,
liquid form,
if he just drank
he
it,
would have been.
then he would have been good.
I mean, like, you know, he seemed like he was an annoying guy to have around, but he played within the bounds. You
He
know.
also, I don't know, I feel like after like the third time that he just comes back, you should just be like, okay, cool. Like,
Okay,
this,
you know what? There's
this
oth-
man has a will to live. you
and there's
know?
probably other ways to make money off of him if you're just a
Yeah.
bunch of scam artists, like, you know. But they really wanted him dead. I don't know. It's kind of messed up.
Poor Malloy.
Poor Malloy.
Well,
Yeah,
it.
I kind of want to drink.
Now I want to know how long. I don't think. I just don't. How many years do you have to drink like that?
Yeah.
In order for your stomach to just be this sort of like iron penitentiary area.
Yeah, because you're talking livers and kidneys, esophagus and stomach and like intestines, and they might have all just been like pickled up after years of alcohol abuse, and it's
Just-
like you know what would hurt me at this point? Water, clean
Water, yeah.
With just body can't handle
Not
that.
a car though. Not a
Yeah.
car.
No,
I mean,
Yeah.
jeez.
got standards.
Thank you for watching this video. If be sure to like and subscribe if you liked this video, and if you want to watch other videos like this, then check those out. And if you want us to react to something, then put it in the stuff that's below where our feet should be.
Type it in the comments below. Thank you.
Yeah.